Hey there. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good morning.
Okay, awesome. Good morning. I'm Diego.
Nice. I'm Ashley.
Nice to meet you, Ashley. Thanks for
Nice
coming.
to meet you too.
Well, we'll give it a little more time. I think some other people should be joining, and then we'll get
Okay.
started, okay?
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome to show your camera, to mute yourself, to unmute yourself, whatever you're comfortable with. I encourage people to go unmuted because I think it's nice if we can interact a little bit,
Okay.
if we ever need to, but it's totally up to you.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
hmm So Ashley, how's my audio? Is it pretty clear or is it a little choppy?
No, it's clear. It
It's
sounds
clear?
good.
Okay, awesome. So if you have a mat and maybe a block, that would be perfect.
Okay.
You don't
I
need
have
it,
a
but
mat. I don't have a block yet.
so instead of a block, if you have like a little blanket or something like that that folded up, that works perfectly.
Okay, awesome.
That's what I prefer. Yeah, just a little blanket folded up. All right, we'll get started in a minute. But so how did you hear about this class, Ashley?
It popped up on Facebook.
Oh, cool.
So I was looking for it because I was doing a flamenco class in Black Mountain and we had to stop it for a little bit. And I was like, I need to get back into something. So I was just
Yeah.
looking for different studios that might be open. I had virtual and it popped up. And I was like, oh, that's perfect.
That is awesome. That's really cool that you were doing flamenco.
Yeah, I like that class a lot.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you joined. There's a few other people registered, so hopefully they'll pop in here in a minute. In the meantime, if you have your little blanket, I encourage you to just place that sort of where you're comfortable on your mat.
Okay.
And we'll go ahead and get into a comfortable seated position and just sort of center ourselves. And we can give some more time for anybody who's coming.
Okay.
The posture that I'm going to recommend exploring in your seated position is called Siddhasana. And for this pose, you will take your left leg and bring your left heel in. And we want to be forward on our sit bones, opposed to back onto our butt. Left heel comes in. You can even like kind of sit on your left heel, and then your right leg will kind of just gently rest either in front or on top. I kind of just rest mine in front, and it helps me kind of come forward onto my pelvis instead of slouching back onto it. Blanket is comfortable as well. And of course, if that's uncomfortable, you can sit in whatever way is comfortable for you. But it's something to experiment with. Awesome, looks like someone else joined. Welcome in. You're welcome to stay muted and you don't have to show your video. But if you ever would like to, you're more than welcome to as well. My name is Diego. Something else I might encourage you guys to do, if you want, is you can always play some music and then mute yourself if that's more of your style. Sometimes music can definitely help with a yoga flow and a yoga practice. So it's an idea. I'm gonna see if I can adjust my view here. Bar, no way. Hey, good to see you. I can't hear you, but thanks for coming. That's awesome. Okay, can you guys hear me all right still? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, I just want to make sure. So we'll go ahead and get started. I've just folded up a small blanket to sit on, placing that on my mat. And right now we're getting started by finding a comfortable seated position. So I personally am exploring a pose called Siddhasana, where I place the front of my pelvis onto my blanket. You can use a block as well. And I take my left leg, my left heel, bring it down in as close as I can. And then I'll take my right leg and place that just in front. This really helps me rotate forward onto my pelvis, keeping my back super tall and erect without slouching back like this. It's super important that for any kind of meditation or seated process, we want to be two things, comfortable and in alignment. So if we can explore different ways of finding comfort and alignment together, that is ideal. So that we can sort of move beyond just our physical bodies, right? So find a comfortable seated position. I recommended earlier, if you're into having some music in the background, playing some music off of your phone, something slow is great. Being able to mute yourself, I know music can help me with the flow a lot of times. So as we're sitting, we'll go ahead and sort of bring our attention into our bodies. Please sit with your palms facing upward on your thighs. Welcome in. We're just starting out by sitting in a comfortable seated position. You can join us. We want to be comfortably erect in a line. So take your palms, face them upward towards the ceiling. We're going to take Yoga Mudra, where we place our thumb and our index finger together and place our hands upward on our thighs. Our spine should feel tall and comfortable, almost like someone's pulling a thread through the top of your head, pulling you upward. Let's find a breath together. So together, let's inhale through our nose. Try to breathe in as much oxygen as you can. And at the peak of that, try to exhale out of the mouth, let everything out. Once more, let's inhale again through the nose, lift the chin slightly. This time, breathe into your belly a little bit. Breathe all the air in that you can, and slowly out of your mouth on your exhale. Really try to let everything fall out, all that stale breath. Once more, we'll breathe in through our nose. This time, really trying to breathe into our belly, into our abdomen. And let your exhale naturally follow softly out of the mouth. Good. Find a calm, neutral breath. Our breath should be slow and controlled. As you breathe in through your nose, try to sort of make that sound, but with your mouth closed. It's kind of emulating that Ujjayi breath, helping to breathe a little bit deeper. Take your awareness and sort of place your awareness on the room that you're in, the way the environment feels, how warm it is, how cold it is, maybe different sounds that you can hear in your room. Bring your attention to those things. See if we can listen to those things, observe those things in our mind space without necessarily attaching labels or ideas or colors to what they are. Just hearing them for purely what they are, whether that's a pure sensation, a pure sound. Just take it as just that. Sort of remove the connotation we've created with our mind. See if we can do that. Perhaps you hear a bird chirping or someone walking. Instead of connoting what that sound is, where the sound's coming from, just hear it as sound. And know that the way we understand the sounds and feelings around us are largely a connotation that we create in our own mindscape. Bring your attention gently to the sensation of your skin, the clothes that you're wearing, the hair on your head, keeping the eyes closed, chin slightly upward. See if we can, without moving, just notice the way that some of our joints feel. Maybe the way that the moisture of our skin feels, or even the way that our circulation feels. Maintain your breath. Oftentimes in the morning, our circulation is at its lowest. See if we can become receptive to what that feels like. Keep your breath steady. If you'd like to bring your focus in between your eyebrows for extra concentration, you may. Gently bring your attention to your breath. And leave behind the image of what your breath is and simply explore the sensation of your breath happening. Explore how your breath happens by your control, but also by nature. You may keep your eyes closed or open your eyes. Simply sit with an intention or an orientation for our practice today, and what you would like to grow or explore or leave behind, whatever that may be, through yoga. It is about changing the core of your being, not just the expression of your being. So maybe find an intention or a way that we might do that today. Perhaps there's a certain emotion or thought that's been lingering in our bodies or in our mind for a while. That could be something to look at, not necessarily to let go of, but maybe just to observe and feel into. We'll take one more inhale deeply together. Inhale through the nose into the belly. And exhale everything out of the mouth. Good. On your next inhale, sit very tall as you can, like someone's pulling you up. Maybe even lifting the shoulders a little bit. And as you exhale, drop your chin gently down to your chest. Feeling a release and an opening in the back of the neck. As you feel your inhale begin, let it lift your chin back up to neutral. Letting the breath guide the movement. As you feel your exhale, allow your chin to fall back down to your chest. As your inhale begins, lift your chin back to neutral. This time, as you exhale, allow your head to fall back of your head falling to the back of your neck. Chin to the ceiling. And with your inhale, bring your head back to neutral. Sitting tall in our inhale. And as we exhale, allow the chin to rise up to the ceiling as the head falls back. Inhale back to neutral. As you exhale, allow your left ear to drop to your left shoulder, opening the side of our neck. And as you inhale, lift your chin back to center. With your exhale, drop your right ear this time to your right shoulder. Don't force it, just allow gravity to simply open you. And as you inhale, come back to center. Do one more. Exhale, drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Bring some awareness into how this feels in your body. Inhale back to center. Staying tall with our breath. Exhale, our right ear to our right shoulder. And when you're ready on your inhale, come back to center. Opening up the neck is super important for blood flow of oxygen to our brain, to our spine, which of course will enhance our ability to think, our ability to feel, and our clarity throughout the day. So in yoga, neck movements and neck mobility is very important. Good, so we'll slowly open up the shoulders. So as you inhale, see if we can lift our shoulders to our ears. And as you exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades back towards one another and allow them to drop down. Again, moving with the breath. Inhale your shoulders to your ears, lifting up. Exhale, squeeze your shoulders back and drop them down. One more. Lift your shoulders as you inhale. You can even squeeze at the top of your inhalation. And let your breath slowly draw your shoulders back as you exhale and down. This is something we can do throughout the day to check in on our posture and our alignment. Often our posture kind of starts to curl inward. Not necessarily because our body needs to be there, but often our energy is lost when we come inward. Okay, I had a little computer glitch. Can you guys still hear me? Awesome. So checking in with our posture via our shoulders. Our shoulders are often an indicator of how open we are energetically, emotionally, mentally. So reopening up the shoulders like this can help to lift our mood throughout the day, to check in to see how we feel. We'll explore some deeper movements. So let's take our right arm, lift it out to the side, like we're serving someone. And let's find an inhalation as we reach our arm towards the ceiling. Reach as close as you can to the ceiling. Reach, reach, reach. That will open up the spine. And as you exhale, allow your hand to drop and fall over your head, gazing upward slightly. When you feel your inhalation begin, reach your arm back up. And allow your exhalation to bring that arm back down. Good. Back to the top of the thigh, facing upward. Our left hand comes out like we're serving. Inhale that arm up to the ceiling, gazing upward. And as we exhale, allow that arm to drop over the head. Opening up the side body. When you feel your inhalation, reach that arm back up. And exhale our hand back down. One thing we'll notice is that as we move and as we practice different postures with our breath, often with the inhalation, we're finding length and alignment and space, so that on the exhale, we can compress and stretch in a way that is safe. That's the importance of both. We'll do the other side. This time, I encourage you to close your eyes and bring your attention into your body. Inhale your right arm out and up. At the peak of your inhale, allow your arm to drop down with your exhale. Inhale your arm back up with your breath. Noticing the body. Exhale that arm down back to your thigh. We'll do the other side. Inhale your left arm out and up. Feel this stretch and this alignment, this lengthening. And as you exhale, softly allow that arm to drop over. Explore a gentle side stretch and notice how that makes your body feel. Inhale back up when you're ready. And exhale your hand back down to your thigh. Take one breath to simply notice how this opening has brought more energy, more flow into your body. Awesome. On our next inhale, we're going to lift super tall through our head, through the crown. And with our exhale, we'll take our left hand and place it on our right knee. You can allow the back hand to gently rest behind you. Exhaling, just looking over the shoulder towards the wall behind you. As you find your inhale, and with your inhale at center, breathe in deeply into the belly and allow the exhale to guide you towards the other side, placing the right hand on the right knee, the left arm back, and looking over the left shoulder. Allow your exhale to sink you into the twist. As you inhale, come back to center. Take a couple more at your own pace, remembering that with your inhale before you twist, we must lengthen the spine out and then twist. Without that lengthening, we can make unhealthy compressions. Awesome. Take a couple more on your own, consciously breathing into the movement and being aware of how it affects our body. When you're ready, we'll meet back together at a neutral position. At your own pace, take away the mat that we're sitting on. And we're going to pivot to our hands and knees. This next movement is called Nadi Vipajan or cat-cow. Find yourself comfortably on your knees. Place your hands just under your shoulders, index finger pointing forward. Allow the backs of your feet or the tops of your feet to drop down to your mat. Our hips should be stacked over our knees, so we don't want to be like this or like this. We want to be pretty stacked. Our knees gently shoulder or hip distance apart. Find a neutral flat back position here. Together, we'll do our first set of movements. So let's inhale into the belly and lift the gaze in front. Drop the pit of the belly down. This is our cow pose. Following our inhale. And as we exhale, allow the neck to drop down and come into the chest as you round out the back and push the spine upward towards the ceiling. Good. As you feel your inhale coming in, bring your gaze forward, lift your chin, drop the pit of your belly. Stay conscious of your body and stay stable through your fingertips. Exhale, squeeze in, dropping the neck, curling in the chin. Again, moving with our breath. As you inhale, relax, drop the pit of the belly down, gaze upward as high as you can. And as you exhale, release everything downward, dropping the chin, rounding out the back. Good. Inhale back to a neutral position. Here, just take some gentle hip circles. Just exploring a little bit more movement and mobility into our hips. So in our neutral position, just pausing to find a little bit of exploration of movement. Just doing hip circles. For our next round, we're going to sort of step it up a little bit. So this time, we'll meet in our neutral position. gazing in between our hands. We're going to inhale, bring our gaze forward and lift the right leg up and back. Really opening up the lower body. And as we exhale, curl that knee into your nose as you bring your chin to your chest. Awesome. And gaze forward and your leg upward. And as you exhale, bring your knee to your nose and your chin to your chest. And as you inhale, you can come back to neutral. Awesome. Back in neutral. We'll inhale our left leg up this time and our gaze comes forward. Really trying to stretch out the hips and the front body. As we exhale, bring your knee to your nose and squeeze in the abdomen. With your inhale, open back up, lifting your leg back behind you and your gaze coming forward. As you feel your exhale, bring your knee to your nose and squeeze. With the next inhale, come back to neutral. Shift your weight forwards slightly so that you bring more weight over your hands, almost like a modified push-up. And then exhale and sink your hips back into your heels, maybe even widening the knees a little bit. So exhaling into a child's pose, using our hands to push our hips back. And then once we feel that we've pushed our hips back with our hands, allow your hands to slide forward if you have room for that, almost pressing the armpits into the floor. Dropping the forehead onto the mat. In your child's pose, I invite you to remember your intention for today's practice. Remember that thing that we're trying to grow into, what we're seeking through yoga. Take this time to begin to embody whatever that may be for you. And allow it to carry with you for the rest of the practice. Take 2 breaths on your own in this child's pose, with each exhale sinking deeper into the feeling that you're looking for. Show yourself some gratitude and some appreciation for coming to class today and moving your body. On your next inhale, shift back to our tabletop with our shoulders above our hands, sort of on our hands and knees. We're going to move into our first downward dog of the day. Take our feet, curl them back so that our toes can be placed onto the mat. And let's put some weight into our back feet, into our legs, and press our hips up for our first downward dog. Awesome. Take a moment here to find stability, moving the heels back and forth, allowing the backs of the legs to open up. We do a lot of sitting in our everyday life, and so a pose like this is wonderful for opening up the calves and the hamstrings, which often get tight as we age and as we sit. So press through the fingertips, pushing our hips upward to the ceiling, really trying to maintain straight legs, straight arms, straight back. Find stability in your downward dog, as well as strength. Inhale, push through your hands. And as you exhale, we're going to shift our weight forward into a tabletop, or into a plank position, rather. Finding your plank position, again, squeeze the fingertips into the mat. Find strength and stability through your core. And breathe. Allow a stable breath to guide a stable body. Exhale, push back into downward dog, pressing hips back and up. Awesome. Gently, as we inhale, walk your feet towards your hands. We'll find ourselves in a comfortable forward fold here. Explore this forward fold, find some bend in your knees. You don't have to keep your legs perfectly straight. Bend your knees a little bit. Allow your upper body to relax. Feel the stretch along your back and along your legs. Rotate side to side. Explore some movement. Embrace this posture for what it's offering to you. When you're ready, we'll slowly kind of just walk our hands up our legs as we inhale. Coming slowly, 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 unraveling each vertebrae to a standing position. Shoulders come back last, and then chin comes up. At the peak of your inhale, fill your belly with air. Take the palms out into the side, lift them up towards the ceiling. Sort of holding that inhalation, staying full and bright, lifting our arms up, reach. And exhale your hands back down to your side. Take one more inhalation, arms come out and up towards the ceiling, reaching upward, finding length, feeling openness. See how that makes your mind and your body feel. This open feeling, reaching. As you exhale, we'll come down to forward fold gently and slowly with our arms out to the side. Down to our feet. Again, relax the back, relax the arms, relax the legs. Finding an awesome hamstring stretch in our forward fold. Find a gentle bend into your knees so that you may place your hands on your mat. Just a few inches in front of your feet. And then we'll take our left leg and step it back, dropping our our left knee into our mat. Inhale your hands up towards the ceiling for a gentle low lunge. Awesome. And as you feel your exhalation begin, allow your hands to come back down to your mat. Sweet. With your inhalation, step your right foot back into your tabletop. And from your tabletop, push into a downward dog with your exhalation. Awesome. This time we'll step our right foot forward to our hand as we inhale. Dropping the left knee. Inhale the arms up for another low lunge. And as we exhale, bring the hands back down to the mat. And see if we can continue this exhale into our downward dog. Awesome. We'll do the other side now. So as we inhale, step the left leg forward Drop the right knee down and continue that inhalation until our arms begin to reach upward towards the ceiling. Nice, awesome. Reaching, 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 filling, keeping our attention. Exhale our hands back down to the mat. Good. We'll keep our foot up here. We'll take one more lunge. Inhale our hands upward. Breathing in. Exhale, bring the palms back down to the mat, stepping the left leg back into downward dog. With your inhale, shift your weight forward back into our plank position. Again, strong core. And as you exhale this time, we're going to lower our chest towards the mat slowly, dropping down to our belly. With our front body on the floor, as you inhale, press through your arms and through your hands, and lift your chest up for a gentle cobra pose. Take a moment in this pose to feel some lengthening and some opening in the spine and in the front of the body. Please be gentle with this pose as well. If you feel discomfort, definitely come down to your elbows. We're exploring pushing up as high as we can to find a lot of opening through our back. Take one more inhale, very gently. And as we exhale, curl your back toes and see if we can push right into our downward dog. It's not always easy the first time, so awesome job. With a steady breath, we'll gently walk our feet to our hands, finding another forward fold. In this forward fold, I invite you to take your hands and place them underneath your feet, with knees slightly bent, giving you the chance to sort of massage the hands and release the wrists. Find some movement in your hips here as well. Feeling comfortable in our bodies and embracing the way that we want to feel. With your breath, release your hands from your feet. And let's slowly inhale up to a standing position, one vertebrae at a time, walking my hands up my legs. Hitting the peak of our inhale, allow the shoulders to roll back and the chin to lift upward. Exhale, relax your hands down to your side. And as we inhale, take our hands out and reach up to the ceiling. Showing gratitude for the body that you have, that we've been given. Reach up. And as you exhale, bring your hands to heart center. This is another yoga mudra where we bring our hands together. Exhaling our hands together here. And then on our next inhale, drop the hands down, out and up. In this inhalation, hold the top of your exhale and lean back gently. And exhale, coming back forward. This time our hands coming outward and swooping down to our mat. Awesome. We're going to inhale and halfway lift, bringing our hands to our shins and a flat back. From here, we're going to exhale and place our hands onto the mat and step the right knee back to the mat as well. From here, we're going to inhale our palms up to the ceiling for our low lunge. And this time, instead of just coming back to our mat, straighten out the front leg and make a straight line. And then exhale and bring your hands down to the mat. You'll feel a super deep hamstring stretch here. You're welcome to support your hands with a blanket or a block. But let's get this hamstring stretch what's here available to us. Awesome. And then we'll inhale our arms back up for the ceiling and bring our foot back in to a right angle for our lunge. This time we'll drop our hands down to our mat with our leg on the outside of our arms, both arms inside the leg. Taking a super gentle lizard pose here, allow the left knee to drop out to the side just slightly to open up the inner hip flexor here. This is sort of a modified lizard pose. It is amazing for the hips. And with our inhalation, we'll come back up to our low lunge, reaching upward. And as we exhale, arms back down to the mat with our thigh to our chest, so that we may inhale our left foot back into our plank. And exhale into a downward dog. Awesome. Take 2 breaths in your downward dog, pushing through your hands, lifting the hips. On your next inhale, come to a high plank position, pushing through the shoulders. And as you exhale, step your right foot forward to your right hand. Low lunge, the hands on the mat. Inhale, your hands up towards the ceiling. In this low lunge, I invite you to lean back slightly to get a slightly more opening in your front body. And as you feel your exhalation, bring your hands back down to the mat. Here we can straighten out the front leg and work into our hamstring stretch a little more gently, actually. So just straighten out that front leg best that you can and find that stretch in our hamstring here. Take 2 breaths in this stretch, using your exhalation to sink deeper into it. And when you're ready, pull that heel back so that our knee is bent, and inhale our arms up for a low lunge. As you exhale, we'll bring our hands to the left of our mat so that our right knee can drop out for lizard. Take this gentle modified lizard, take it slowly and more attentively. Tune in and listen to how this makes the body feel. Exploring this range of movement in your hips. And when you're ready, inhale your arms back up to our low lunge. Opening and leaning back gently. And exhale, bring your hands to either side of your leg, hugging in the knee almost. Awesome. From here, we'll inhale into a high plank. Okay, so curl in the back toe, inhale, and step that right leg back into plank. And as you exhale, push into your downward dog. On your inhale, come back to high plank, really pushing through the fingertips, index fingers forward, and exhale, lower yourself down to the mat. Once we've reached our mat, we'll slowly inhale, gently, so that our chest can rise upward. Keeping a slight bend in the elbows or straight arms if you can. Do what's comfortable for you, but please be gentle with your own body. Take a couple breaths in our Cobra pose. Finding strength and stability. When you're ready, curl your back toes in and push back to our downward dog with an exhalation. Good. Take this pose as an opportunity to breathe, moving the heels up and down to walk out your dog, experimenting with different levels of pushing. Find your breath in this pose. When you're ready, we'll slowly walk our feet towards the top of our mat. Finding our forward fold. Awesome. Moving around a little bit in our forward fold to explore this stretch. And when you're ready, we're going to actually sink our hips down towards our heels for Malasana Pose. So explore this pose with me. So for this pose, we ideally want to have our heels onto the mat. But if you're unable to do that, you can lift your heels and put a blanket here, or just stay on your toes like this. Slowly working towards finding the flexibility to bring our heels down and our hands together. Take one breath in this pose. Even if we're here, that is okay too. When you're ready, bring the hands out back behind you and sit down onto your butt. Awesome. Pull the feet in for Barakanasana. So the heels come close together. Just gently grab the feet. And let's inhale super tall together. And as we exhale, imagine your chest being pulled forward. Use that exhalation as well to relax the hips. Again, let's inhale, coming back a little bit, getting really tall. Fully filling up the lungs. And exhale, draw your chest forward. Use your breath to relax into the pose. Remain being pulled forward. Find a soft, gentle breath. Using each exhalation to push you down into this pose. Opening up the hips. Be gentle with your body. When you're ready, inhale back tall into center. Awesome. We're going to take a slightly more advanced sitting pose now, okay? We're going to take our left leg and drop it in front so that our right our left knee, our left shin is sort of on the ground touching. Sweet. Now from here, pull your right knee into your chest. And if this feels easy for you, we'll continue. If this feels like a stretch for you, stay here. But if this feels easy, take your right leg and cross it over your left. Awesome. So we should feel a gentle stretch in our hips here. If you don't, I invite you to take your knee and pull it into your chest. And then we'll inhale through our nose into our belly. Super tall in our breath, pulling the knee into the chest, very tall. And then as you exhale, slowly, gently rotate towards your right side by looking over your right shoulder, or even bringing your right arm back behind you. Find a super gentle twist here and just breathe into this twist. Take 3 breaths to just breathe here. Finding softness in the spine with each exhalation. And when you're ready, inhale back to center. Using your inhale to sit tall and pull your knee into your chest. As you exhale, unwind your legs. We're going to do the opposite side. So drop the right knee to the mat in whatever way is comfortable. And pull the left knee into the chest or cross it over the right. Awesome. Let's inhale together here. And as we exhale, looking over the left shoulder or even reaching back with the left hand. Take 2 to 3 breaths here. Explore this in your body, this stretch and this twist. And when you're ready, we'll inhale back to center. Awesome. Go ahead and unravel the legs. We're going to take a gentle Shavasana to the end of our practice. So before we lie down for Shavasana, I invite you to squeeze your knees in to your chest with an inhalation. And as you exhale, extend your legs out in front of you and slowly lie your body back and down onto your back. So this is called Shavasana, a way of releasing and relaxing and opening at the end of a practice. See if we can relax each muscle in our body, relaxing the feet, relax the legs, consciously relax the hips, allow them to fall where gravity pulls them. Relax the arms, relax the stomach, even relax the face muscles, which tend to hold tightness throughout the day. Relaxing completely, inhale through your nose, into your belly. Exhale out of the mouth completely, sinking into your relaxation with your exhale. Inhale through the nose. And exhale out of the mouth. Reflect on your intention for the practice today. Reflect on what it means to you to practice yoga. Use our practice today as a way of aligning and tuning ourselves in to be the most engaged and in touch with the day that is coming ahead of us. The best thing we can do as humans is live as fully and as most human as possible. I hope this practice can bring that for you. Take one more deep inhalation and exhalation on your own pace. And when you're ready, slowly rise back up to a seated position on your mat. You may sit however is comfortable for you as you come back up. If you prefer to sit on a blanket, bolster, block, please do so. Sit relaxed with your palms facing upward. Close the eyes. Tilt your chin slightly upward. Bring your focus and your gaze in between your eyebrows. Inhale deeply through the nose. As much air in as you can. Feel the oxygen entering your body. And exhale out of the nose, releasing all of the air in the lungs. One more inhale through the nose, keeping your concentration between the eyebrows and relaxation throughout the body. Breathe in as much air as you can and hold your inhalation for just a few counts. And when you're ready, release that hold, breathing out of the nose, releasing all of the air, and see if we can hold the base of our exhalation for a few counts. When you're ready, inhale. Find a calm, neutral breath. Keeping the eyes closed, find a gentle smile. Find some gratitude and appreciation for your body and for this day. The most significant thing about each one of us today is that we're alive and that we have this body and this day. Without that, there would be nothing. So let's remember that as the most significant and important thing to cherish today. Bring your hands to heart center. And as you exhale, namaste. Thank you guys for practicing with me. You guys did awesome. I'm really grateful for you guys coming and doing yoga with me. I had a lot of fun. I hope to see you guys next week. And awesome job for doing something healthy and good for your body today. I hope that it can carry with you for the rest of the day. See you guys. If you have feedback, feel free to leave me some wherever. But I'll see you next time.